All right, now another thing that's happening here, whether you're into shopping or not, is that the middle class itself, big bulk of shoppers, I should point out, well, that's shrinking. There are fewer of them. In fact, there are those who are getting richer and those who are getting poorer at a much faster rate. Jared Levy now on what this means for all of us. Jared, what do you think of this?
So this is based on a Pew Research study, and out of 229 metro areas, 203 of them saw a decline in their middle-class population. And that's substantial, right? I mean, this is from 2000 to 2014, and there's a couple things happening. First, we talk about it quite frequently on here, is the changing of jobs. Yes, jobs are being created, but it's really a job shift. They're getting rid of the middle jobs, bringing on a lot of, lower paid jobs, and maybe not as many higher paid jobs. That's the one thing. The other thing is the big fat rise in sort of housing and rent rate costs that I think are sort of also eroding the middle class. I mean, rent rates are at an all-time high. Housing, in my guesstimation, is the average above what it was in 2006. In cities like Dallas, we've seen 100, 150% rallies in real estate since 2012. So it's really the middle class getting attacked from all angles, and it is a problem. You mentioned something earlier that some cities did see an increase in upper echelon incomes, and that does lead to the question of, is this a way for the government to sort of come in, and are they going to be able to grab more taxes here? And what happens for the rest of middle America? Do they have a voice, or does everybody sort of drop off, and then does it continue to?
And I think you're right. I think, Jared, that explains the appeal of a Donald Trump, who has been reaching out to the disaffected middle class, saying that that I feel your rage, and he's tapped into that.
But what does he do? I mean, listen, I love the guy's energy. I love the ideas. I like to see Americans getting excited. But what does he do? You very well can't force a corporation to pay more without them. You know what I mean? The economics of the whole thing generally don't work unless you somehow make, people bring, these corporations bring jobs back to the U.S. But that's very difficult because then it affects their bottom line and then profitability. And it's a big vicious cycle. But yes, there is a problem, and I see it continuing, Neil. I don't know if there's a necessary end, and I think this real estate thing is only going to sort of perpetuate it and instigate it.
Well, if you think about it, and you and I chatted about this before, the chasm between the rich and the poor, that growing gap has happened under Democratic or Republican administrations alike, decade after decade after decade. All right. Thank you, my friend.
Yeah.
Very good seeing you.